Yo everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I will be reacting to my games during week 11 of the Geoguessr World League. I played against Kapten and Malfunction this week. I'm sure many of you have watched. But yeah, let's get into it. Voice died there for a second. Yeah, and I will also be going through some spreadsheets, or a spreadsheet and the standings at the end, just to look at some of the statistics, I suppose. Yeah, this was a pretty standard enough round. We had New South Wales guardrail ending and a yellow license plate. But it looked kind of northern, the hills, like they looked almost Queensland or like Townsville area. Or not Townsville, Tamworth area. So I just went with Tamworth, with the hills. He's nearby. Maybe I could have clicked that yellow road because it kind of lined up nicely, but you know, that is fine. Only 200 points. And then the next round here, pretty simple. We just have Austrian bollards. He intersends. Yeah, I will just skip it. Sorry, the second game's a bit long, so I'll skip it slightly. But yeah, Austrian bollards, we both click relatively in the middle. Yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know what zoom level I'm at now, but I'm just looking for the road numbers, because, like, I'm by Strömsund, but I don't know where, like, the road is, like, because this, yeah. But yeah, I guess it pointed east, so I should have scanned east of it, but it's fine. And I clicked the wrong intersection of the roads, but it's fine. Or, well, it wasn't even the intersection, it was just near them. But yeah, he was being the Swede, was much quicker to it than I was, but it's fine. Then we get a... What was this again? Oh, this was Eastern Latvia, if I recall correctly. I managed, yeah, we have Iela on the sign, which is the Latvian for street. I briefly looked for these, but yeah, he's also looking for them. I think, does he commit the whole time? Maybe, I'm not sure. But I just had to keep moving while also scanning. Or actually I stopped scanning, but I was scanning briefly. We get to a river, or canal, and then we get to another sign here. And the place I think is familiar. It's Balvi in the east. And then, yeah, didn't get the 5k, but yeah, it was Balvi, something north of us, so I just clicked a city near Balvi. Didn't see the other city on the sign, but it was a bit smaller. And then next round was Malaysia. Oh, this round hurt. Yeah, I need to look around to spawn fully. But also, yeah, I go back to spawn like 1 millisecond too late. I see this blue sign, and I'm like, oh no. And then, yeah, tried to ping the 5k. It said Kota Baru on the sign, which is that city in northern Malaysia. So a little bit unfortunate to lose that. I mean, I should have just panned around a spawn, but I don't know. Most of the times there's no info visible at spawn, so yeah. But some of the locations are handpicked, and some of them are generated to my knowledge. Well, that's what I'm guessing anyway. So this might have just been one of the generated ones that had info at spawn. But yeah, kind of troll that. Should probably get in the habit of looking around a spawn fully, but yeah. It's fine. Not too many points. Would have been annoyed if this cost me the game, but yeah, you'll see what happened. Okay, so we have signs here. And it says Denizli, and it says some other stuff. But yeah, it was Denizli south of us, so I presumed we'd be somewhat close to a yellow road, but we weren't. Nice guess from him. Not sure. Looks like he had a slightly different sign, so yeah. Then next round here, wide lines, very dry, probably Southern Oregon then, was my thought. I maybe could have scanned like the whole time, but I thought this was a lake here, but it actually isn't, I don't think, as you will soon see. Like I'm looking at lakes, but I don't think it's a lake to our south, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, he gets an Idaho plate, but he thinks it looks like Oregon, so he clicks border, I suppose. Which is fair enough. But yeah, I start scanning and I'm like, this road kind of lines up outside here. But it was further south and yeah, no lake, even though it looked like there was a lake. So I don't know. I'm 1100 points though. Good bounce back, but still down a bit from the Malaysia. I was almost flawless before that, but yeah. And this, I maybe should have played this better. Like I should have like scanned one more city. But yeah, what does he have here on his sign? Playas does it have? Does he have Playas on his sign? I don't know. Does that mean beach? I think so. Or no, yeah, Playas is the city. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure because Playa is beach, but it's also the city name, so I was a bit confused. But yeah, I would have liked that because my region guess was good enough to be able to see Playas if I was able to. I also have heard of Playas before. But yeah, he's ever so slightly off it on the zoom. And yeah, he just hedges Salinas and Manta, it looks like. But I commit to Salinas or La Libertad because it lined it up better. My voice is not working today. But yeah, could have been some points there in theory, but or some more points in theory, but yeah. Yeah, Belgium, Belgian Bollard. Yeah, not much else to say. We both just click north of Brussels. I think there's Dutch on that sign, but it's hard to read. So yeah, we both click there. I will skip forward. Just a very uneventful round, and then we get to this round. So this is round 10. I'm down 600 points. Without the Malaysia, I'd be up, 2,000 or something. But yeah, and this one, like, I don't know. Does he see the coast and choose not to go towards it? Yeah, he does. Like, I just see the coast and like, yeah, I'll go to the coast. I can see coastline. I can find cities. But maybe like he turns so quickly. I don't know even if he processed the coast, but he just like instantly zooms into Lecce and knows it. Like, I don't know if he knew the cities, but that was a very impressive one because it doesn't say Lecce anywhere. But yeah, I just see water northeast and I'm like, it kind of looks slightly hilly. Also, I know my guess looks completely troll here in Messina, but my thinking is I'm losing in points. If it's Sicily, it's going to be Palermo. If he clicks Sicily, he's going to click Palermo because, he has to get closer to me to win, basically. So, but if we click the same, I lose. So if I click Messina instead of Palermo, I win if it's somewhere here or here if he clicks Palermo. But if it's Palermo and we both click Palermo, I lose. So I should never click Palermo because if he clicks Sicily, he has to click Palermo, kind of, if you get me. But yeah, and then, yeah, he just instantly 5Ks. Very impressive from him. With the extra points from the Malaysia, I still think I lose, so it's fine. Maybe I could have hedged slightly more if I'm that far behind, but yeah, or that far ahead, but yeah, don't think that would have made a difference, so that was fine. And then we get into the no-move duel, and we start off in Senegal. This was unfortunate, like freebie road, but I just forgot where the road was. Like there's like yeah, I mean yeah, it's a distinct road. I just forgot. I almost zoomed into it, but yeah, I just forgot which road it was. I have to remember it's near Low Bali instead of Bakel. Yeah. But yeah, pretty distinct road. Was nice 900 points, but I was a bit sad that that wasn't multis. But yeah, you'll see what happens in the next few rounds anyway, or should I say this round. So yeah, I go into Manila. I think I heard somewhere that like the pole paint is like something to do with like South Manila or something. Do not quote me on that at all. Doesn't work. So that's why I'm scanning Batangas for that. But yeah, he sees the yellow plate and ends up going Colo, but he ignored the other Philippines plate, which is that one there, which I guess is confusing him. But yeah, was a quick duel. We take the win there. Yeah, I mean that was the only real mistake he made this series. He played very well otherwise. Yeah, I guess the Idaho was a slight mistake because like no move, we had wide lines, but he moved and then saw a plate when there were no wide lines visible, so maybe he forgot about them. But yeah, he played very well. And then we get into NMPC here. Tricky round at first thought, but it looks like Misiones in Argentina, but in Brazil. And that's what we both think. I'm scared that it's. I was unironically scared of Tasmania. That might sound crazy to say, but Tasmania or Coastal Wall were considerations, but I was pretty sure on Brazil. I also considered Chile, as well as Misiones in Argentina, of course, because I'm right next to it. But yeah, those were my three considerations, but by far was leaning Brazil in Western Santa Catarina, which is what we both end up sending. Oh, he actually crosses the border ever so slightly, but same thing, cope. But yeah, ends up being just slightly north of us in Parana, but yeah, nice region guess from both of us there. And then next round was an Australia round. And I don't know, maybe like I don't know. Any Australia experts in the comments let me know, but is this not just the easiest North essay of all time? Like I'm a little bit perplexed as to how this wasn't North essay. He considers Wa, but I don't know. I didn't even think of Wa. I was just an essay. I see it and I'm like wave time. But yeah, I don't know. That was an interesting lock for sure. Then we get into the next round. This is funny actually. I got this same road later in this day. Yeah, in 2v2 team duels. But yeah, we have a Tasmanian bollard, but it doesn't look like Tas, so I clicked North Coast just in case, but I should have clicked middle. But yeah, not too many points anyway. Low multis, or else I probably would have clicked middle Tas. And then this round, very interesting round. Country isn't even immediately apparent without the poll, but it is a Chile poll. He instantly zooms in towards where I end up going, which I think he's zooming in towards Chile. But then he goes Punta Arenas, because we have ocean or water east, and I guess there's nothing. I mean, it's hard to tell on how small the screen is, but I don't think there's anything in the distance. So maybe that should have pointed me towards not going Chile. But yeah, I thought Chile made sense. But in hindsight, it looks a bit weird. Yeah, didn't even think of Punta Arenas. It's like the kind of lock where if someone was like in my ear, I know this sounds bad in the context of competing in the World League. But if I was like, okay, let's say if I was playing 2v2s and got this lock, and my teammate said Punta Arenas, I'd be like, oh yes, doubles then Punta Arenas, you know? But it's just like I just didn't think of it. That might be mild cope, but it makes so much sense in hindsight. But yeah, that was a very nice guess from Kapten there. Very impressive to think of it. And yeah, well played to Kapten. Lost 2-1, but he's a very strong player. I think he's top 5 in points per game at the moment. I'll show the points per game thing at the end. It's this tab here. So yeah, I will get onto the malfunction game in the meantime though. I shouldn't start. Misremembered my area codes here. It happens. 043 is East London. I thought it was west of Geoguessr, but I think I clicked in 42. So yeah, gonna have to revise them. It happens. Yeah, malfunction knew it though, so lost some points there, but nothing much. And then we get a Canada round. We have a single yellow line, which is kind of weird, but yeah, and we have Quebec polls at some stage, and the insulators aren't. The insulators aren't New Brunswick. It looks eastern. We have a single yellow, so like Quebec is common double yellow, but Nova Scotia is almost always double yellow. So I knew with the polls it couldn't be New Brunswick, and the lines wouldn't be Quebec, or wouldn't be Nova Scotia, and then I see French on this line anyway, so yeah. And then end up clicking Quebec City. She goes a bit further west. Yeah, 5 hit. And then next round here is an Australia round. We have stubby polls. I have something on that, but I don't know what it says, to be honest. Was that the thing that said Loxton? I forget. I forgot where Loxton was, but I know I've heard of it because I've seen it on signs before. But yeah, we have vineyards here, so I'm immediately considering near Renmark, in northeastern SA. And then I'm looking for Loxton as well as Sutton, which is this Ford company. But I guess it's not Sutton. Yeah, Loxton is there. She saw it there, but I don't know if she saw Loxton on a sign. But then I see this place, and I just click that place. Yeah, as soon as I actually got the town name. But yeah, she is in Adelaide, which is, yeah, not too far away, not too close either though. But yeah, she's heavily contemplating the 5K, but isn't seeing the place name. I was messaging her after the game, and she said she saw 3 different things that she thought were the place name, and none of them were. So that's why she didn't send Renmark, I guess, because if you have 3 things that could be the place name and you don't see any of them, then you're probably not going to send them, which is fair enough. This round I need to reinspect. So it says L. Yeah, okay. I mean, I kind of trolled this because like it says L a rove. And if we go, if okay, I mean, I don't know if it'll show, properly, but like if you see where I zoom in, I insta zoom into Hebron, like instantly. Actually, let me pull up Trackguessr there. Okay, Trackguessr is up. So actually, let me play the rest of the round and I'll show on Trackguessr what happened. So yeah, you see, like I'm instantly zooming on the 60. Like it looks so much like the 60, but I'm scanning like the place name because I'm just not seeing it on the 60 or north of it even. So I'm just very, very confused. She's more north at the moment. I briefly looked north to see if it's a massive city north because it looked kind of sizable, but yeah, I ended up just clicking downtown Jerusalem because I did not see it. But like I'm like I've already scanned Hebron, and I just like go back to it because I'm like confused. And you see my face. I'm like I'm so confused as how I missed it. So if we zoom in here, it's here. This was the city. It was not Arab, it was Arab. But it's like Google have just misspelled this, I think, is what happened there. But like I was so confused as to how I missed it. I mean, the zoom level I'm zooming at is like it's different to what the stream shows. So like it was on my screen, but I just didn't see it because it's just spelled differently. Maybe I should, yeah, I don't know. Maybe in Israel I need to, or Palestine I need to, well, both of them. I need to, what's it called, scan better, or like scan with like the fact that the place name could be a few letters off in mind, because it has happened a few times, to be fair. But yeah, probably should have 5K'd that, but it's fine. Would have been happy to get that, but doesn't matter too much. And then we get another Australia round, and we both get to a road number. Yeah. I don't know if we're looking at the same sign. I assume we're not, but or are we? Okay. Is that what she's looking at? Wait. Is there a red building? Oh, no, she's that sign. Okay, that's a better sign than my sign because it has place names on it. So mine just has the road number. But yeah, I didn't actually see the road number, but I found the road number is like one above it. So I was like, it's gonna be close enough. I'm gonna click here. And it was just downtown. And yeah, next round, 800-point lead. Was kind of lucky with the Zot to be no multis. This, I mean, freebie Gazi tap. Does intercent. Wasn't intercending the previous time, so maybe caught her off guard, but she did a good region guess here nonetheless. Yeah. So it didn't take too much points, but you know, the intercend worked, got like 300 points. But yeah, I'm always gonna intercend if I'm giga confident. Well, not always, but if I think if I think it's strategic, I will intercend. That's basically how to say that. This round I was in the bin for Murray Sunset National Park. Like in my head I was like, does that mean the Murray River? I'm like, no, this looks like Western Australia. It's not gonna be the Murray River. And then I'm like, okay, maybe it's Central New South Wales. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'm gonna scan the Murray River. And then I zoom in here and I see, oh, this is the Murray Sunset Park. Yeah, and then yeah, she knows the Murray River as well. I mean, the most famous river in Australia, probably. So, yeah, we both clicked pretty far west, and it was. And next round was an Iceland round. So yeah, I just go to this. I get the name of the fjord, which can often be the name of the town as well, or like the name of the river, and I just see it instantly and zoom in. But yeah, she's instantly looking west, which is valid. I considered west as well. But yeah, and she looks at the 5K, but I don't think she saw the town name. But yeah, unfortunately, Iceland's diabolical. It's a very rough country. I need to learn east versus west, or I should probably just learn every road in the west. So then I can send east when I know it's not west. That's probably the most efficient way to learn Iceland. Okay, what am I singing here? Let me guess. I can't tell. I'm not good at lip reading. It's a Gracie Abrams song, I'll tell that, and it's definitely from The Secret of Us Deluxe Edition. If you saw my interview afterwards. Yeah, anyway, this is a United Kingdom round. We have yellow back plates and white front plates. And then she sees, I think she sees like a yellow sticker on one of the poles, which is why she's an NI. But I was like, it looks like North England architecture, so I clicked North England. And my region guess was pretty good latitude-wise, but longitude was a bit unfortunate. You'll see what happened. Like, it's as close to her as possible for my latitude. But yeah, 400 points, we'll still take it. And the next round was a Turkey round. Pole is Turkish. Yeah. Looks pretty green, so probably considering north, but it's not too hilly, so probably west within the north. Like, it's not going to be Samson or Trabzon there, way too hilly. And yeah, interesting smudge. Maybe that's a new meta that just dropped. But yeah, I instantly zoom into the 5K. But yeah, I end up clicking off of it slightly. But yeah, I moved from Izmit to Chorlu, but not too big of a switch, so it doesn't matter too much. And yeah, she goes downtown Istanbul, so yeah. And then yeah, not much points there. Similar guesses. Next round was a Peru round. Yeah, I was kind of confident in the region guess, or I was very confident in the region guess. I'm like, I'm gonna scan for this. We have a railway, why not? Yeah, I checked like 3 roads-ish, I think, for railways. See nothing on this road. See nothing on this road. And then I see one on this road. And I'm like, okay, Imata lines up. That's the 5K. Yeah, was happy with that. Good find. It was quick enough. Yeah, 900 points. Happy with that. And then the next round was a Sweden round. She like, what did she see here? Because like, did she like see a bus stop or something, or is she just a goat? Because like, she like gets the province, like it's Gothenburg County or whatever that name of the county is. but it was right. Maybe the bollards, I guess, are the weird variety that are more common in the south. But yeah, she got this province there, it looks like, so it was impressive. This looks like I'm singing Risk, just the pacing of the head bobbing. Sorry, I should stop commenting about that. And then we had a state name here, on this side. I probably should have gone into the map quicker to put on pressure, in case she didn't see it, because she hasn't seen it this long, but I saw it fairly quickly. And yeah, she's leaning in now to see it. It says Ben Wee, and I zoomed in one away from it. Yeah, but looks like, yeah, if I zoom in slightly quicker, if I like zoom into the map and start scanning instead of looking for the region guess more, then maybe I get some points on her there, but yeah, maybe slightly misplayed, but it's fine. And then we get a Kenny around. This I had 2 thoughts, or 3 thoughts even, by just going and scan for the ridge. She's in Meru instantly, I'm in Savo, but I don't see anything in Savo, so move on. Then I go to Meru, which is where she started, don't see anything in Meru, and then I go here, and I should have sent this much quicker than I did. Like, as soon as I see it, I should be sending. Like, I should have sent 10 seconds ago. Yeah, still should have sent. Yeah, because if I send, does she have time? Because she finds it last second. Like, I don't know. If I instant as soon as I have it, do I? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could have been a lot of points, but yeah, unfortunately, it was not the case. 88 though is fine. And then we get a Brazil round. This round annoyed me. Like, I couldn't bring myself to send what I wanted to send, but it was right. So like in my head the entire time, I'm like, what if this is Max West, Sergipe or Alagoas? And spoiler alert, that is where it ended up being. But I just didn't want to send it. I'm like, Pernam is so much like, Pernam just feels like the default guess. And yeah, I was scared of Piaui slightly, but I had more south to cover for Sergipe Alagoas. But yeah, it was Max Northwest Alagoas there. Could have been like, if I send Alagoas there and I go Western, I'd do like 3,000 points of damage. So yeah. And this round, unfortunate one. Yeah. I don't know, like in my head I was like, the mountains are big. It feels too tropical for Luzon. So surely it's Mindanao. That was my logic on this round, but yeah. I like go here with Big Mountain East, but it's Mindoro. I considered Mindoro as well, but I didn't think the mountain worked. But yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate. And then next round was an Ecuador round, which yeah, we definitely missed an opportunity here. Probably should learn Ecuador at some stage, but my first thought was like Max Northeast because it looked like the Colo road across the border. But yeah, she's in Colo. I forget what caused her to go Colo. I was talking to her about it after the game, but what? Wait, I'm trying to remember what she saw. Because she said she like forgot everything else that she saw and saw something and then insta sent Colo. Like she forgot that she saw like the crosses, no crosses on the back, and the license plate wasn't yellow. But yeah, I kind of could have won on that. If I just go west, it's 5,000 points of damage if I get close. But yeah, the Philippines was the main issue, I suppose. And this was Medellin. Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever making up 2,000 points in Medellin, unless it was flat. If it was flat, it could have been max north, or it could have been max east in the province. As in, it could have been like it could have been here if it's flat, or here if it's flat, and that's enough points. But if it's mountainous, you're only clicking close to Medellin. So yeah, and she tried to get that. So yeah, it was then an impressive guess from her. I think it said something on the bus, which I assume is what she used, but I could be wrong. And yeah, we get into the NMPC game. And was kind of nervous at this point because I felt like the 2-0 could have been mine without the Philippines round. And also like Ecuador being a bit unfortunate. But yeah, she instant Thailand here, which I thought it was Thailand, but like, I don't know, the confidence of instant sending made me think that I missed something. But I don't think so. I think she just vibed it out and was confident. But yeah, Thailand definitely made the most sense. Yeah, nothing major round 1. Then round 2, it's very hard to see on the screen, but we have bollards in the distance. So I was like low-key is this ever Europe? And I was like, probably not. The trees don't look European at all, but the bollard looked almost European. So I tried Pennsylvania bollard meta. So that was my logic. European looking bollard equals click Pennsylvania, and sometimes works. But yeah, she's like clicked West US, but like also is clicking Europe. So yeah. Yeah, she looks nervous. Fair enough. Yeah. It was Max Southwest Pennsylvania, a bit unfortunate. Yeah, it's kind of like the England round where it's like as far away from me as possible. But yeah. On this we have Germany. I was scared when she guessed kind of quickly that she like knew the place names. But yeah, I think she just sent they're smaller than I was expecting them to be, I think. But yeah. Don't even remember what they were, so hopefully I don't see them again. It was like no, it was like what was it? Like Southeast of Canada. What was it? It was like some like something ending in stat, right? No. What was it? I don't know. Oh, maybe it was 11 stat. Yeah, not stat. I think that's what I said. Maybe. Or something else nearby. But yeah, I didn't know them. Anyway. And then yeah, that was the Germany round. And then next round was the Spain round. This I didn't think it at the time. Like I knew it wasn't free. But the commentary were very like confused when I guessed Canaries instantly. Like I opened the map in how much time? I have the map open at 57 seconds, and I'm in Canaries. And I look one more time and then I send. Like yeah, the commentary were like Deluches in particular was like, "Is this really Canaries?" And if you saw the interview afterwards, yeah, they asked me about it and I made a joke. But yeah, I think it's I don't know. Like looking back at it, it's like I don't know. It's like I don't see anything else other than Canaries, but I've looked at the Canary Islands a lot. I mentioned in the interview, like I've looked on map making app at a bunch of the Canary Islands coverage, the Azores coverage, stuff like that. And maybe I need to do that with Punta Arena so I never miss it again, because maybe we could have won the Kapten game like that. But yeah, so I've just looked at like all of the Canary Islands coverage, partially because it's very cool, and partially because if you miss it, you lose the game. So, like it's not like I could do the same thing for the Alps in France, but like if I go the Pyrenees and the Alps, I don't lose 10,000 points. With any multis, I lose a few thousand, but I don't lose the game instantaneously. Which is why Canaries and the Azores are more important. But yeah, definitely not the easiest round. I was happy with my guess here. I knew it was possible that she could miss it, so I was like, yeah, I was happy when I saw the round pop up because I was like, I think I'm favored with Canary Island because I've covered checked it a lot. If you get me. I was kind of surprised. I mean, I know like I don't need to cope about this, but like I was kind of shocked it wasn't La Gomera. Like I'm pretty sure like I don't know. I thought I knew the road on La Gomera, but yeah, it was just middle of Tenerife instead, or no, Gran Canaria I think it was. So I lose a little bit of points there, but didn't matter of course. But yeah, I'll show you the road I was thinking of. Okay, I couldn't actually find the road I was looking for, so maybe I misremembered which island it was on. But yeah, Gen 2 and Gen 3 in general are more common on the non-eastern islands, like the three western ones. Yeah, what are they called? La Gomera, wait, La Gomera, I forget. La Palma and La Frontera, yeah. Yeah, like there's no Gen 4 on these three, I think. So if you have, yeah. So I guess that might have been what biased me instead of, although I think, I don't know, I've when I was coverage checking, or looking at my map making app, the things I'd clicked, like there were some similar roads, but like the only road that looked similar was unpaved, and wouldn't have chevrons on it. So yeah, maybe there was and I just couldn't find it, but yeah, it was somewhere here, which also makes sense. But yeah, there's a few pine forests. Like if you just look at satellite, like you can see some trees. Like this road might have been the one we're on. I don't even know. But yeah, and same with La Gomera. Like it could have been somewhere here, or whatever, or here. I don't know. But yeah, was happy with that. Was a good pickup, and I will get into the stats. So we have actually I'll look at this first. So if you go onto the site, you can like click players and see there. What's it called? So I'm 8th position, 18 played, 13 won. So 5 losses, not the worst, not the best. But yeah, and then the last 10. These games, wait. Lenley, Clement, or no, Clement, Lenley, Kapten, Malfunction. Yeah. Um, and yeah, moving is my best. Kind of makes sense. No move, yeah, 70 is fine. And NMPC is 42.9. My moving losses were to Blinky, Lenley, um, Kapten, and how many more should there be? I played 18. Wait, how do I have 75? What? I'm confused. 75% of 18. That's not mathing. I don't think I've won 13.5 moving games. I don't know how that one's working. Or maybe it's round percentage, or maybe it's round percentage. Maybe that's it. But yeah, I mean, if you like compare me to like say like 4.5k guesses, 59.8%, and let's compare it to Radu, who's doing the best. So 64.7, MK is 56.7, Becky 64.6, Constance 67. Actually, Constance is doing the best actually in theory. Because yeah, he hasn't dropped as many. But yeah, my 59.8 is pretty good. But my average guess time is one of the longest, if not the longest. Constance is the longest, it looks like, of everyone, towards the top anyway. But yeah, feel like I'm playing pretty well, like decently good 4.5k. Would like to see the stats separated from moving, no moving NPC, because, you know, moving it's a little bit easier to get that in. But yeah, and then next week you can see my games: Eamon, Strefan, and Trichter. 11 a.m. my time, so 12 p.m. if you're in CET, or noon if you're in Central European time. And yeah, then let's look at the standings. We have Radu at top, 58 points, but he's like his maximum is 69, so he's dropped 11. Same with MK, so his maximum, he's dropped 15. Blinky's only dropped 10. Constance only dropped 8, which is very impressive. Yeah, Constance having like the best, like the highest, what's it called? Yeah, Moose dropped 22. Harrier has dropped 30. Oscar has dropped 27. I have dropped 14. Gingy has dropped 39, or 29. Wait. Yeah, 29, right? Yeah. And then Kapten has dropped slightly less than me, I think. He's dropped 12. So yeah, 14 decent spots. Debray has dropped 16. Lenley has dropped brain's not working. 25. Wait. Yeah, okay. Brain's not working. But yeah, in a decent spot. It's not public how the thing will translate to how this will, I don't think it's public anyway, how it will translate to a World Cup qualification, because even though it says this is qualifies for the World Cup, majors can change things. The players know, but I don't think I can say. So yeah, my apologies for not being able to say. And I will look at this as well. So this was done by, well, let me reload. Not sure what has changed in it, but yeah, this was made by Crania. Shout out Crania, a fellow competitor. But you can see points per game. This is sorted by points per game. So even though like Zigzag and Moo are above me in points, my points per game is a bit better because 18 games versus 23. And you can also see average opponent yet to play and average opponent played. And of course this will be like slightly skewed because Constance is going to have pretty low average opponent played because everyone against him gets 0 points, so it brings down their points ever so slightly. So that like slightly factors in, but as you can see, like mine is the highest of anyone in the top 12 in points per game. Lenley is although my the way the stats works is like because I've done better than Lenley ever so slightly, then even though my average opponent yet to play is higher than his, my average opponent played isn't, because it's my opponent. Yeah, you get me. Yeah, it looks like it's a pretty good spot for me, like having my average opponent get 1.5 points per game is good. Like it's like if you look at Kapten, who is probably my biggest competition in points per game standings, on Debray. Like Debray's got a harder lineup, Kapten's got a harder lineup. Although I think the main difference between me and Kapten is probably Radu, because Kapten has played Blinky and MK, and I've played Blinky and MK. Neither of us have played Contis, so yeah, he hasn't played Radu, which I guess is the big thing changing our points per game. But yeah, I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot to, you know, do well. Hopefully end up top 12 and playing in the World Cup in this August. And yeah, I don't think I have much else to say. I'm sorry for the yapathon at the end. But yeah, that'll be the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye bye and peace.